See, I want to do a real quick video on Derrick Ansley, right? We haven't talked quite a bit about what's going on in OTAs, training camp. We keep talking about offense. I know it's what I care about. It's what most people care about. But let's talk about a battle that I think could get really interesting in training camp. So let's get into it. All right, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. But I want to talk specifically about the safety position. I know that was kind of the one going into this training camp or OTAs, I should say, and training camp. What is going to happen with the Chargers? We're a little bit all over the map on it, right? I know we drafted JT Woods last year. We lost Nas. Nas retired. So I want to talk a little bit about Derrick Ansley and some of his recent comments specifically on the safety position, right? What he's going to do. And again, Derrick has become a very important part of this team and what is going to be happening moving forward, right? Again, he's moving up the ranks. A lot of people are talking about him being potentially the next head coach at some point. Now, maybe not for the Chargers specifically, but for another team, right? A lot of people are very high on him as a coach. He's moved up the ranks fairly quickly. So he did make some comments I think were pretty interesting about the safety position, right? Now, again, I do think it's interesting also the Chargers did not draft a safety in this draft. Last year, we drafted a lot of safeties, and I think we have a lot of depth at that position. And Ainsley specifically talked about it quite a bit. So during this press conference and rookie mini camp, which has been going on for a little over a week now, Ainsley said he's like, we're very, we're confident with the depth we have, but they're not clear who's going to potentially take the position. Now, okay, let's go through the safeties a quick minute and discuss. Well, we obviously have, he specifically starts out by saying, hey, we got great competition, right? We have a lot of competition going on in the safety room. Especially at every spot right now. We got Derwin James. Nobody's going to be touching Derwin James. And the argument really is this: if you could find another safety that you feel confident with, you could use Derwin James to rush the passer a little more, which would be a huge weapon for us. And we haven't really found that person. So who do we have? Let's talk a little bit. We got Alohi Gilman, right? We all know Alohi Gilman is probably his job to lose, right? He's done very well. He did really well at the latter end of last season. And he's played a lot of ball for the Chargers, right? So he's done a lot of good work for the Chargers. He's done a lot of good things. So I think he's probably the front runner to get that position. But then our boy JT Woods drafted in the third round. Let's not forget, guys, he led the NCAA at Baylor with 6 interceptions. So the man is a ball hawk. He understands it, but he really struggled with tackling and really just being aggressive with the ball. And why this is hard is a safety role for Brandon Staley. There's a lot of pressure on you to do the right thing, right? Have the right call, have the right pre-snap reads. You're not doing that, you're going to really struggle. And JT Woods really did, right? And he wasn't great. So there's a lot of expectations on JT Woods. And then you got another Mark Webb Jr. Brandon Staley was very high on him specifically, right? He's huge. Michael Jacquet. I think they picked him up last season, mid-season, I think with some injuries. I can't remember how that played out exactly. And then you have Raheem Lane. It's a competitive group. So there's a lot of people fighting for really 1 or 2 spots. So be very interesting to see what happens moving forward, right? But, bottom line, JT Woods is really the guy that we need to probably look at, and Alohi Gilman. Those are probably the 2 people that need to matter. The rest probably like practice squad type folks, or maybe special teamers, right? But again, Derrick Ansley specifically is more hopeful that Woods will step up and make that play. Now, again, one of the knocks is you draft a 3rd round pick. That 3rd round pick is expected to play at some point. And right now he has not played well. That pick has not paid off. Now, again, he has not played, safety a whole lot. And when he steps into this defense, a much more complicated defense than what they ran at Baylor, it's a little tough, but again, they talked a lot about Raheem Lane. He's a rookie last season, showed some really good things. So, and we have a lot of undrafted free agents that, I'm putting videos out on, right, that are actually going to be competitive and in the mix, right, whether they, make the team or not, right? I guess we'll find out moving forward. So bottom line, folks, again, I don't want this to be a super long-winded video, but again, I do think it's interesting for us to discuss, what's going to be happening moving forward, what Derrick Ansley is planning on doing, with this. But I think this is kind of the interesting one. So what do you guys think? Do you think Lowe is just going to get the job, Mr. Gilman, or do you think JT Woods is going to win him over? I'm 50-50, folks. I think they want JT Woods to be the guy, but man, a lot of people think he can step up, but he just hasn't really shown the moxie he needs to do to be in this defensive system, right? Did really well in Baylor, college, NFL to college, completely different story, right? So college to NFL is very different. So guys, at the end of the day, what do you think? You think JT Woods has a shot? As always, Andrew Bobros. See you in the next one.